Alright, so if you run a social media marketing agency, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can make more money with your agency without really doing any extra work. What I'm gonna show you is gonna allow you to run your agency with less headaches, less stress, more profit, and higher retention rates for your agency. Pretty much everything you want. All right, so first off, let's look at the typical agency. The typical agency has one or two or maybe three services that are usually similarly priced, right? Let's say you offer Facebook ads for 1K a month, you offer social media management for 800, 900 a month, and then you offer email marketing for, again, about 1,000 a month. Now that's a good model, right? It works, it served many people very well, but ultimately, as you probably know, there's gonna be lots of business owners that you speak to who just simply cannot afford your service. They can't afford 700 a month and they can't afford 1,000 a month. Your only really options to get that person to become a client is, one, you don't push them to sign up and you keep following up with them every couple of weeks until their business is in a better position, which is one route you can take. Or you discount your package or offer them what we call a downsell. A downsell is essentially the opposite of an upsell. So in your case, if you're pitching them at 1K a month for paid advertising or 900 a month for social media management, they really can't afford what you do, but you think they're going to be a good fit based on what they've told you, you could theoretically go ahead and offer them a package for maybe 400, 500, or 600 per month on a minimum, let's say 3 to 6 month contract. Of course, your deliverables are going to be a lot less, right? You're not going to do as much work for them, and you'll stress the fact that the results that you're going to get them are not going to be as high as the potential results they could get on a higher package, but it should help you close more clients. So I told you this strategy was going to help you have less headaches, less stress, more profit, and higher retention rates. Here's how. When you are offering a downsell, okay, first off, in order to have higher retention rates, we want to make sure that the downsell is a minimum 3, 6, 9, or 12 month deal. You are heavily discounting your service, and because of that, you need to make sure that you lock that client in for an extended period of time. That is how you're going to improve your retention rates. A lot of people watching my channel probably run Facebook ad agencies, and look, most Facebook ad agencies have really bad retention rates. So this might allow you to, push your average of 2 to 3 months all the way to 4, 5, or 6. Now, for this downsell to make you more profit, we need to make sure that this downsell is going to have a high profit margin. So if your team is going to be delivering all of this work and this service to your client, we need to make sure that whatever it is they're offering is proportionately less work than what they would do for a 1K a month client. To explain this, let me just give you an example, right? In my agency right now, we have an offer that is $450 per month. And this, although it's a lot lower than what we used to charge, is a lot more profitable than the older packages. We've got a higher profit margin percentage. So I want you to take an offer, make it into a downsell that is gonna have this high profit margin. So in your case, maybe it's that you don't offer them full social media management, but you offer them content creation and maybe some consulting, something that's gonna allow you to have those high profit margins. Now, how is this going to allow you to have less stress and less headaches? Well, look, the first point is by selling more of the calls you take, your close rate is going to increase, meaning that your cost per acquisition, right, the cost to get each client goes down, which means there's really less need for you to try and stress about scaling your outreach or increasing the volume of calls that you take, because that's usually what everybody's stressing about, right? It's how do I get more calls, and it's one of the biggest headaches that an agency owner encounters. So if we can just keep it at the same level it's at right now, but we can just improve your close rate by having this downsell, theoretically we're going to have less stress and less headaches. Look guys, when you are selling something to a business owner, you've got to understand that they do not really know you. In most cases, unless they're referred to you, right, you probably got them onto a call from a cold email, an Instagram DM, a Loom video, or a LinkedIn message. They don't know you, they don't really trust you, and obviously your goal of the call is to change that, right? Make them love you. But ultimately, it's going to be a lot easier to convince that person to part with, $500 a month compared to $2,000 a month. I know some people are going to tell you that it's easier to sell high ticket, but from my experience, that's what I'm speaking from. We've had over 300 clients in my agency, and we would not have closed 300 clients if our offer was a minimum 2K a month offer. I can guarantee you that. You've also got to realize that when you're starting, the business owners you're going to speak to are probably not at a high level. They're probably not making that much money. So for you to come in and ask a business owner that's making $500 a month profit to spend $2,000 with you, it's just unrealistic. Whereas if you can offer them something that does fit into their budget, boom, now we're talking. And this is why people offer free ebooks, free trainings, free webinars. It's because they understand that it's easier to sell someone on something that is free or cheaper. And it's why oftentimes, if you look at some of the best marketers, let's just take Russell Brunson for example, you might sign up for a free webinar that he's hosting, and then you buy one of his books or one of his low ticket products that costs you maybe a couple of $100s. And once you've gotten that, then you end up buying all the other upsells, and you end up actually spending way more money with him. You might even pay him, a huge amount of money to join one of his masterminds or his inner circle coaching programs. And notice how he didn't pitch you on the mastermind first, right? He didn't pitch you on the inner circle first. He pitched you on the low ticket item to get you in, get your trust, and then to upsell you later on. Why does he do that? Because he understands it's easier to sell someone on something that's cheaper rather than something that's high ticket. And look, if it works for Russell, it can work for us. But it's like most people forget that. Like most people just completely neglect the fact that this is what the best marketers are doing. Best marketers are selling low ticket and then upselling high ticket. Yet as agency owners, everybody's trying to sell high ticket, completely forgetting all of these guys that have cracked the code. This has been working for years for them, and they make absolute millions doing it. So look, your value ladder, if you don't know what that is, I'll explain in a minute. Your value ladder now is probably going to look like this: free call to $500 a month, to then $900 a month, and then to maybe $2,000 a month down the line. Instead of free call to $2,000 a month, and then it stops right there. That right there is a value ladder. It's essentially a ladder that goes up in price and goes up in value. And I highly recommend that you try and build out a value ladder for your agency. Now, if you are just starting, you're brand new, I don't want you to confuse things too much. I don't want you to think that you need to have 3, 4, 5 packages built out. But what I would suggest you do is that you just start with low ticket, right? You get your first couple of clients in at $400, $500, $600 a month, get your confidence up, improve your sales closing abilities, get some case studies and testimonials. And then once you've gotten those, keep those offers, build out a second offer that's more intensive, and boom, we've got yourself a value ladder. Of course, if you feel like you need help with this, because trust me, it's not as easy as just picking a package and going with it. You have to know the industry. You have to work with someone who has worked with hundreds of clients. And if you want that person to be me, you can join my mentorship program. The link to that is in the description of this video, so check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you got some value from this video. I genuinely think this is a concept that so many people don't talk about here on YouTube. So hopefully it made sense to you. Peace. Have a good rest of your day.